It's Tuesday, it's 2 p.m. Time for another Tuesdays at 2. Each Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I come and talk about a different topic relating to executive career management. My name is Martin Buckland, and I'm an executive career management practitioner. So I manage and advance the careers of senior executives. So as we go through this Tuesdays at 2, if you've got any questions relating not to just today's topic, but any topic relating that's on your mind to do with your career management, your career advancement, resumes, CVs, cover letters, personal branding, executive recruiters, LinkedIn, I'm more than happy to answer them as we go through the today's Tuesdays at 2. So this is the first of Tuesdays at 2 for 2025. This is episode number 208. 208. That's quite a high number. So I've changed the format this year. I'm going to concentrate on not just a different topic each week, but not a different topic each week. I'm going to focus on a particular topic for a number of weeks. And the topic I've chosen for the first part of this year, 2025, relates to interviews, because so many people, they get close to the closing line, the finish line, and then they wish-wash it, and they lose that momentum, and they lose their nerve and whatever, and don't perform very well in interviews, and that's it for that particular job. Very, very important, the last stage before hopefully you get the job offer and the references, etc. So I'm going to concentrate for the next few weeks, both in my career tips for a crazy world, my 1 minute quick career tip, which is 9 a.m. Monday and 2 p.m. Friday, and Tuesdays at 2 on talking about interviews. So the overall topic is how to master the art of first impressions to help you win the interview. So it's a series of many videos, the ultimate guide to interview, what I would hope is interview success for you. So this is video number 1, titled Tips and Tricks to Help You win the interview. Remember, this is for you. It's not for me. I'm trying to educate you on the value of interviews and the tips and tricks. So hello and welcome to a first video in a series of videos titled How to Master the Art of First Impressions to help you win the interview. Remember, there is only a trophy for number 1, so you need to win that interview. That's very, very important. Don't think you can't win without attending an interview and being on top performance. So as I say, I'm a career management practitioner, and one of my many services is helping people with their interviews. So here is a guide on some top tips and tricks that I've learned and I've heard from my network and my clients for acing your job interview. Today we will discuss how to create that wow hire him effect that will set you apart from the other candidates, because you are in a competition. So you need to create that wow factor. You want them to pick up the phone and give you a call after the interview and say you're the number 1 candidate. So let's break it down now. The importance of standing out. You want to be considered number 1. Job interviews are very highly competitive. When it gets down to the last stages, they go to 8, and then they whittle it down to 6, and they whittle it down even further. So you want to leave that lasting impression on your interviewer or the interview panel. First impressions count. The same does with your resume, your CV. In this video, I will cover everything from the pre-interview preparation to the post-interview follow-up. So it's going to be quite a comprehensive video. So let's concentrate first on the pre-interview preparation. Number 1, you must research the company. First things first. Research, research, and research. Very, very important. Dig deep dive into the company's mission, their value, and their recent achievements, or their recent contracts, or their recent expansion, or whatever. Understand their culture. That's very, very important. Culture today is so crucial. Know their executive team, know the names of their C-suite team, and think about how you can fit in seamlessly. What is the value? What is the benefit of them hiring you over everybody else? Be ready to discuss how your skills, your unique skills, align with their needs. Next, practice, practice, practice interview questions. You can't practice enough. There are many common interview questions that 90% of people will be asked in an interview. Identify those frequently asked questions and use the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result to structure your answers. And then conduct mock interviews with a friend, a coach, a mentor to refine your responses. The more prepared you are, the more confident you are, the more practice you have, the better it will be for you. And you will walk away from that interview feeling very, very high and very, very happy. Tips for answering. Keep it professional and brief. Don't go on and on and on and on. Aim to answer questions in about 1 to 2 minutes. Don't go to 3, 4, 5. That's boring. Focus on your professional achievements and be very eloquent, very powerful in delivery and your experiences rather than the personal differences, details. But definitely, wow, I want to hire him. Get that into the interviewer's mind. Provoke them into placing you as the number one candidate. You always want to be considered number one. And if you are, be prepared, you can get into that realm. If anybody's got any questions, please put them in the comments below, the comments on your platform that you're watching, and I'm more than happy to answer them as we go through. So the next is storytelling. I call myself a storyteller because I tell my clients stories in resumes, in CVs. So incorporate storytelling. We're in a storytelling age to make your answer engaging, powerful, resonating, and memorable. Use specific anecdotes that will highlight your skills and the mass of your achievements. Don't ever think you haven't got achievements. Everybody's got achievements. Avoid, I sort of touched on it a couple of minutes ago, avoid rambling. Stick to the key points and don't go off on a tangent. We know some people who do that, some politicians who do that. Stay on target. This helps maintain the interviewer's interest and definitely keeps the conversation going, focused, going through the spiral. You need to keep it going. So the next few videos will relate to answering the most common questions. So I will break them down on how to answer those questions, those most common questions. Very important. So for the interview, here's some additional tips. Never, ever, ever be late. It's a cardinal sin in arriving late. So many people I've heard arrive late. Assume all issues relating to transportation. Go through the process to the interview. It could be your car breaks down. It could be that the public transport doesn't operating or something's happened. So be prepared. You're prepared for traveling to the interview. If you are unaware of how long the travel is to the location, the physical location of the interview, be a few days ahead do what I call a dry run. So at the same time of day when your interview is, so you've got the same transportation, same traffic on the road, see how long that travel time will be, and then add a lot more time. Never ever leave it to the last minute, because that doesn't make you feel good either. So the next thing is dress appropriately. Your attire, what you're wearing, speaks volumes before you've even spoken a word. So the first impressions count. So you make sure that the your attire is professional. Choose a professional attire that goes with the corporate culture, what they're wearing in that company, and then up it by one level. So make sure it aligns with the company, and then, excuse me, then up it to one level. So make sure that your attire, your first impression, is wow again. Make sure that outfit is clean and well fitted, and make sure that you are prepared with a good poise and confidence. Yeah, and make sure it's conservative. Don't wear way out clothes, way out colors, etc. This is very interesting. Turn off your cell phone. This blows my mind. I hear of so many people from my network where the interviewer, could be an executive recruiter, could be an HR professional, are in the middle of an interview, and then suddenly that candidate's, or so-called candidates, a cell phone goes on, and they have shared goes off, and they've shared that with me, and how it's not uncommon, it's quite common. So make sure you turn it right off so there's no distraction. Turn the power off and everything. So they failed to turn their cell off and answered it. Believe it or not, can you believe this? And it just blows my mind. You want a job, you behave. So during the interview, and they answer it during the interview. Yes, it's real. Well, guess what? Did that candidate advance to the next stage? I'll leave that up to you. So turn your cell phone off. You're not doing yourself any service by having your cell phone on. Master body language. Don't just be like this or be like this, but like this. You need to use your body language. Don't flail it all over the place, your arms all over the place. Keep it somewhere around this level, but maintain eye contact. And then when it comes to the handshake, offer a firm but not over squeezing handshake, and a smile. A smile goes a long way. Next tip, use mirroring techniques to build rapport, psychological rapport with the interviewer. So those are where you subtly follow what their movements are. If they cross their legs, you cross your legs, etc. So sit up straight and avoid crossing your arms. That shows lack of enthusiasm, a lack of energy. We don't like crossed arms. So very prudently, use your hands to emphasize something. We hire enthusiastic candidates, people who show they are excited and engaged, right? Correct? They have to be excited and engaged. We're not going to hire somebody who's not excited, unengaged. Next is bring the necessary documents with you. Don't forget to bring multiple copies of your resume, your CV, which, going to resume writing, CV writing, should be to that particular job. So custom to that particular job, along with any relevant certifications or portfolios. Don't overwhelm them with a multitude of paperwork, but bring your relevant certifications, your transcripts, and your portfolios. If it's a virtual interview, and times since COVID have really changed, although I'm noticing more in-person interviews are coming back, know that technology. Each technology for interviewing is different. Some interviews in particular where the candidate is a long distance, they still hold um, uh, interviews over virtual communication applications. So make yourself aware of how that application that they've chosen, the employer, the potential employer, have chosen. They can include like platforms like WebEx, Teams, Zoom, Skype, very rarely, My Interview, Spark Hire, and there's a few more. So make sure you know those technologies. How do you learn that technology to reduce the risk? YouTube is a great place to find out how to intimately use that particular application if you are unfamiliar with it. So don't be counted out of the opportunity to accept a job offer just simply because you don't know that technology. That would be a foolish thing. So rehearse that technology. Maybe download it to your, if you can, download it to your computer and practice at home with somebody else at another location. Next one is engaging with the interviewer. It's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. So ask insightful, powerful, engaging questions. It's a two-way street, not one-way street from them to you. You need to also engage them in questions. So prepare insightful questions that show you have done your homework on that particular company where you are right this minute. So ask about team dynamics, ask about the company goals, ask about their strategic plan for the next 1 to 2 or 3 years, and what are their growth opportunities, what new products are coming down line, what new services are coming online, are they opening up, are they expanding in any other countries. But avoid asking about salary or benefits in the initial interviews. Leave them until hopefully the last interview. So the idea here is to put the interviewer on the spot, and that will help you solidify communications with that interviewer. So showcase your skills and experiences. Highlight the key or your key accomplishments using specific examples that hopefully are highlighted already under that star format in your resume, in your CV. And then relate some of those experiences. This is where you do your homework is good, to that job description and company needs. Be concise, don't ramble on and on and on and on. Be bold and be confident, yet detailed in your delivery. Delivery is very, very important. A good response definitely helps you. And don't get too personal. This is a business meeting, not a personal meeting. Too many share sob stories or portray desperation. That's the last thing they want to see. They don't want to see desperation. Yes, you might be desperate to get a job, but don't show that in the interview, that you need a job right now, right this minute. Yes, you might, but leave it out of the conversation. Express your emotions about that to people at home or other people, coaches or whatever, and definitely bite your tongue. So now we come on to we've done the pre-interview and now we do the post-interview actions. I'm very hot on this. Always send a follow-up email after the interview, but also send I like this, a handwritten thank you note by snail mail. Snail mail. Remember snail mail? thinking thanking the interviewer for their time, and expressing your continued interest in that particular job that you were just interviewing for a few hours earlier or the day previous. This gesture will make you stand out more than the other candidates. Place yourself in the interviewer's seat. When was the last time you received a handwritten thank you note? I'm going to suggest it's probably a long time ago. So that will make you stand out. So let's recap some points from the. Then you allowed to in that thank you note recap some points from the interview that demonstrate your fit for the role. Reinforce them, and mention any additional information that you may have forgotten about or that wasn't discussed in the very important interview. So it gives you an extra chance to get your name in their mind. So always reflect on your interview performance. Not everything's going to go right. There's no such thing as a perfect interview. Reflect on that performance. How did you do? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? What was wrong? What went wrong? What went good? Analyze what went well and identify areas for improvement. So those areas of improvement, then you use this feedback to prepare for future interviews. So make sure you do a sort of a debrief on that particular interview. So as I wrap this up, this first video in this interview series, let's summarize some key points. So let's recap. Research the company thoroughly. And today it's very easy to research that company with the advent of the internet. Practice those common questions using the STAR: situation, task, action, result method. Dress appropriately. Master your body language. Keep control of your body language. Don't flail and whatever all over the place. Don't scratch your head, pick your nose or whatever. Bring necessary documents. Ask probing and insightful questions of the interviewer or the interviewers. And always, without fail, follow up after the interview. Very important. Keep that dialogue, keep that communication showing. So I encourage you to apply to jobs that fit your skill set, and hopefully these tips will help you in your next interview. There's no such thing as a perfect resume, no such thing as a perfect CV, no such thing as a perfect interview. They can every little tip can make a difference in landing that dream job, that job that you really have on your eyesight. So make sure that you really put a lot of effort once you get to that stage, because you are near the closing bar. And make sure you really rehearse it. So if you found this video helpful, please like and please comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more career tips, career advice on my YouTube channel. I have many videos. So I'll say good luck with your next interview. Hopefully some of you are having an interview in the intervening week. And then please come back next Tuesday at 2 o'clock, when I will be concentrating on another topic relating to interviews. And then we will break all the common questions down on how to answer the most those questions and how to give that wow factor, how to create that I want to hire this candidate sitting in front of me. Manage your career. This is very important. Make 2025, we're at the beginning of 2025, manage your career. Take charge of your career now. So do something this week to manage your career. Connect with a few people on LinkedIn. Connect with a few people in person that you companies where you want to go and work for. Maybe think about updating your resume, your CV. Or a cover letter. And I'm more than happy to give you a free, no obligation resume critique. If anybody wants a free, no obligation resume critique, I'm going to put my email up there. Free, no obligation, 30-minute Zoom resume critique or CV critique. I'm more than happy to go through it. Send it to me. Mention you were here on Tuesdays at 2, and I'll be happy to schedule a Zoom meeting with you, and I will go through your resume from top to bottom. But I say it as it is, because like the interview, you only get one chance. First impressions count. One kick of the can. If you don't meet that kick of the can, you are gone. So make sure that your resume is a 2025 ATS friendly resume. Yes, they've changed a lot in the last 2 or 3 years. So you need to have their up-to-date resume. So free, no obligation resume critique. Email it to that address down there. So great. Thank you very much for the Tuesdays at 2 listening to me. Hopefully you've got some good answers or some good information, and I will see you next Tuesday for another Tuesdays at 2. But on Friday there will be career tips for a crazy world at 2 p.m. and Monday 9 a.m. when I just talk a very quick topic on interviews. Have a great week. Manage your career and embrace career management.